My friends, it is Rachel Archelaus. This is the Multidimensional Human Podcast, and today's esteemed guests, one is a human and one is an alien. So we're going to be hearing from Intimate Alien today. I suppose we have a cat esteemed guest as well. This is Super Teeny, or as I call her often, Toopy. I'm in a really funny place right now. I'm getting ready to go on a trip. Can you believe I'm self-tanning? I need some levity right now. I just wanted to be tan and not get a sunburn. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm just doing this purely for fun. And you couldn't keep it from me. I just had to do it. And it's not done cooking yet, so I haven't washed it off yet. So we'll see if anything happens when I do. But I'm not even wearing a bra. We're letting it ride. So this is where we're at today. I wanted to bring you this episode about politics and what to do right now because I am trying to figure the fuck out. Like, I don't really know. I know that I want to come at this positively. I want to hold my boundaries, but what happens when boundaries get crossed is anger. And I do feel I'm moving out of anger, finally. It's been 6 months of anger. But at the same time, I can't tell you that I'm just happy-go-lucky, like rah-rah all the time. I'm feeling things, and I'm really doing my best to work through that and to take action. So I'm definitely in action mode. I've been writing my senators here in Utah nearly daily on different things. And what I'm doing is just using their website. So it's basically like a contact form. I just put in what I want. I'm not yelling, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying what I want as a constituent because I am the boss. And so that's the approach I'm taking with them. I did go to the No Kings protest. It was amazing. I went with a bunch of my neighbors and friends, and they're my friends and my neighbors, and my partner. I went with people who don't usually go to these things, and to see them experience it for the first time, not like I go to a million, but I've been to a couple. It's amazing because it's such a joyful place to be. It's not hate-filled. It's not predominantly angry. Like, the signs cover the gamut of things, but the feeling of being there is about togetherness and inclusion and just really like knowing that we are a wonderful country filled with lovely people who are just wanting to show up for that. And not wanting to lose that, really. It's just be that day. I love that. It is such a great feeling. So I went to the earlier protest. The later protest at 6 p.m., somebody died. Somebody got shot from a peacekeeper. But this person had a gun and shot into a crowd and killed a really beloved Samoan American fashion designer who was actually on Project Runway. I remember him. He was really incredibly wonderful. Not that you have to be in order to deserve life, right? You can be anyone and deserve life. But yeah, what a clusterfuck. I mean, Utah is, see, here we go. I love Utah. Utah is beautiful. That's why I live here. I've met incredible people here. I've got really deep, good friendships here. Community that I enjoy seeing. Like, I have a really great life here, and I love it. I love it here. But what could stand to change and be updated are a lot of things. So anyway, before I get down the rabbit hole of that, Carrie and I had a conversation with Intimate Alien, and she answered the question of what could we be doing right now? What is your take on what's going on right now? And I have to let you know before we get into it that she has no resistance. She doesn't see problems, okay? She does commiserate a little bit and acknowledge that what is going on right now is kind of fucked up. But she She is not me, right? I have human emotions and feelings. I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that. I love caring about people. She comes at it from a different plane, a different perspective, and I love that too. She's coming from a undiluted perspective, which is great. So, take from the conversation what you would like, leave what you don't like. If it triggers you and angers you, I understand. I understand. It's one thing to look on from a place of no resistance. It's another to live this right now. And so I just want to give you permission, not that you needed to feel things from that. And I do too. Here we go. Here is Carrie, an intimate alien, talking about the current situation. And I, in an hour and a half, will get to go wash off my fake tan.
Intimate alien, you and I were just talking about what's going on in the world. We were talking about it from the frame of reference, remembering what you told us in the beginning of the year. And now here we are 6 months in. I'll just say from my perspective, I didn't want to believe everything that you said. And so now that it's here, I recognize you had very sage advice, which was what I heard. This is a really good opportunity to remember that you are the creator. And so create carefully, intentionally. Pay attention to your focus. And you and I were having this conversation because I felt like I was doing that for a while, and then my focus went everywhere. So I'll just start there. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, of course. Rachel has been feeling a bit more exhilarated lately by what's happening in the world. Instead of fear, instead of anger, which is where she was for quite a while. And I believe that she let herself move to exhilaration when remembering that everyone has free will. It's obvious now that there are villains who want to be villains. There are a lot of people right now living out some sort of fantasy that they've held for a very long time. Whether you agree with it or not, that is happening. And so Rachel has gotten to a point where when she does engage with what's happening, she lets herself feel that pulse of, I am helping, I am witnessing, I am being a part of this, I am joining together, right? So if you can join in and do so with a positive energy, then you are really helping. And if you cannot do that, if it is only bad news to you, if it is only stealing your energy away from you, then you are better served focusing on something that makes you happy elsewhere, right? Then it is good for you to replenish yourself, to go within, to find the hobbies that will make you happy, and to focus on self-love in that way, right? So Rachel has turned a corner. It seems as if you have turned a corner, and the news, though grim, right? There are cracks starting to appear that can show you that, yes, even though this is some sort of strange movie happening in your government, usually the good guys win, and we can see that for you. So just treat it in a way that works for you. If you cannot participate happily, then don't participate, right? Go to your life. Focus on something that makes you feel good. That is all we are trying to say.
I hear that. I hear it in a way. I feel like I've turned the corner that Rachel has turned. I've been looking for good news the entire time, right? Like looking for, I feel like that is a gift of mine in a lot of ways, is like to be able to find the positive. And yet I do feel like I let it distract me from focusing on what would make me happy, right? I was looking for good news for sure. Like I was looking for ways to feel better about something that made me feel bad. But I don't think that I was feeling pretty powerless and confused and like not knowing what to do. And you and I were just having a conversation. Like, I feel like the other themes in my life sort of fell by the wayside, or things that were important to me, I a little bit stepped away from. So I wrote 2 questions from Rachel. What's your take on the world right now? And what can we be doing right now? I feel like you've answered those, but do you have more to say?
Yes, much more, because what's happening in your government, unless it comes into your home, right, which is possible, that's happening a lot right now, but unless it's coming into your home and affecting you, right, taking from you, displacing you, you have a lot of time on your hands, right? Maybe you're still going to work, maybe you still have children to raise, but you aren't being displaced by your government. You aren't being switched to a different country. You aren't being detained, right? There is a lot of that, but most of you aren't having that, right? Maybe you show your solidarity to that, but what I want you to know is that you still get to create your world. You have no reason to not be happy right now. And I say that with love and with care, because we've been with Rachel this whole year not feeling happy about that. But what are you going to do to give up your freedom willingly? Right? Why would you do that? Why, if you're fighting for your freedom in this country, why would you willingly give it up? You don't really want to do that. So find a way to take ownership of your time and your thoughts and make your life better. Your life can get better from this. It can be better by reminding yourself that you do have rights, you do have say, you can create your life. So just remember that when you're looking at all of this news about people's rights being taken away, don't internalize that, right? Say, actually, no, my rights have not been taken away. Those people will get their rights back and I will help, or I will just focus on myself right now because that is what I can do. So don't just lay down and give up from your vantage point where that is completely unnecessary.
I feel relief from what you said, from the bits I was able to hear. So I'm actually looking forward to going back and listening to the recording of this, or seeing you post it on social media or wherever, because I do feel such a sense of reassurance. That feels good.
This is part of your ascension to autonomy, right? Conscious autonomy,
Say
right?
more.
Yes, no one has any power or control over you. It might seem like that. It might seem like you signed up for that by coming here, living in this body, living in this country, in this world. But you are a divine being. You are a multidimensional being with direct access to source. Why line 10 people up? They will all be treated very differently. You line 10 people up, put them in costumes, they will still be treated very differently, right? There is more at play than what appears, as always, right? It's your vibrational state that affects what comes to you. And that is good for you to know, right? If you start wallowing, if you really start going on the pathway toward giving up your empowerment, toward giving up your sense of safety and security, then what's going to happen to you? You'll put yourself in a position where that will come true. And we're not trying to say that what's happening is cool, is fine, is right. Those people are not being treated well. Those
Yep.
people are not getting what they deserve. We are not saying that, but we are saying that you, as a conscious creator, can take the extra step of not only treating yourself like a human, but treating yourself like a multidimensional human and putting on that extra layer around you of safety and security and happiness and all of the things that you're wanting. And that is your autonomous being, right? No one can fuck with you in there. And that's what you want. That is exactly what you want. That's what you're here to do. So you could have done it with joy. You could have done it on the joyful path. But here you are in this sort of treacherous path, and you can do it here too. So why not hook yourself up to that? It's what you really want. It's really why you're here. If you're listening to me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for saying that. It reminds me that like the past few weeks, I think I have been mostly, I don't want to say like out of alignment, right? But I've been on a
You said it
not,
yourself, distracted, and that's
yes,
okay.
yes. And when I think to the moments of like alignment or clarity or distraction from the distraction, right? Like moments of space between things, things that I've asked for and wanted have come to me quickly. So it actually is helpful to be like, oh crap, even in all this distractedness, like when you said this is part of your ascension, even in all of this confusion and distractedness and like busyness with lack of focus is what it's been on my part. Even in all of that, in the rare moments when I've been at peace enough or aligned for just like a red hot minute, things that I've asked for have come in. And then I've done the thing where I have then turned those things into problems. But like they really are, I am getting, even though I have not been focused, I have been creating lots of things that I don't want, but plenty of things that I've asked for have shown up. So it's good to remember.
Yes.
Okay. I actually have to get going. So do you have any closing words? Anything that you feel like basically if you were to clip this out and turn it into a TikTok that you would want people to see or hear?
Yes, love yourself, love your life, love your neighbor, love all beings on this planet. And don't forget that we love you. We love you. There is endless love available to you. Endless love. Just focus on it. Find it with your heart, and it will be there for you all the time.
Thank you.
Bye for now. We love you.
Thanks.